In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a bracket with images step by step. For this tutorial, we're going to be using the Brackets Ninja platform. In my opinion, it's by far the best bracket maker on the internet. It not only allows you to create the exact type of bracket that you want, but it's also very easy to set up and completely free. So the first thing I want you to do is to click the first link in the description of this video, which will take you to the Brackets Ninja website. Once you've clicked on the link, this is the page they're going to see. From here, I want you to go to the top right hand corner of the screen, which is where you will find this try for free button. I want you to click on that, and then you'll be taken to the back end of the Brackets Ninja platform. Now, the first thing that we want to do here is go ahead and select the type of bracket that we want to make. So you can choose either from a single elimination bracket, a double elimination bracket, Match Madness, round robin, group stage, and you also have a custom option just in case you want to create a slightly different type of bracket. In my particular case, I'm going to go for a single elimination bracket, and once you've made your decision, on the right hand side of the screen, you'll get a little explanation of what that bracket is and what it does, as well as a preview image of what your bracket could look like once you're done setting it up. Now, before we proceed, at the bottom here you'll also find the options to enable voting and predictions. So depending on the type of bracket that you want to make sure to have these either enabled or disabled. In my case, I'm going to disable them because I'm going to be the person that will go in the back end of the bracket and update it as the tournament progresses. So from here, click on create tournament, and then you'll be taken to this page, which is where you can start customizing your bracket to your liking. Now, the first thing that we want to do here is go ahead and add all the participants to the bracket. So in my particular case, I'm going to have 4 participants in total. But if you want more, simply click on add the participant right here and add as many as you want. Once you've done that, it's time to provide as much information about each participant as you can, including the images. So click on the participant 1 right here, for example, and then here you can set the name, ranking, thumbnail, which is the thing that we care about because we want to create a bracket with images. You can also provide the email address, website, video URL, as well as a description if any of these are relevant. Now, in our case, since we want to create a bracket with images, click on thumbnail right here. Here we can either upload our own image, create with AI, add from a URL, or choose an image from Unsplash. In my case, I'm going to go for Unsplash right here because it doesn't really matter in my particular case. I'm going to go for this image right here, and then I'm going to click on use media. And as you can see, here is my bracket with the image. Now, if you're looking to create a slightly different type of bracket where the image is bigger, I'm going to show you how to do that in the next section. But for now, go ahead and provide as much information as you can about every participant that you want to have as part of your bracket. And then you want to click on the look and feel section, which is where we can start customizing the actual design of the bracket itself. So click on look and feel right here, and then you automatically be taken to the basic tab. This is where we can customize the font, the layout, the dimensions, as well as the skin of the bracket itself. In my particular case, I'm going to customize the skin from this white and gray to this green color. I think it looks much nicer and cleaner. Then you also want to pay attention to the layout section right here. By default, we have the traditional one, but you can also choose a rectangle, circles, or squares. This is mostly to do with the image itself and the bracket overall. So if you don't want to go for the traditional layout right here, what I recommend you to do is to click on free right here on the top, and that will take you to the plans page. Here's what the plans page looks like, and here are the 4 available plans that we have. The free plan, as an example, is quite limited in terms of features and functionalities. That's why we can only access the traditional layout. So if you want to take advantage of any of the other layouts, then you have to go at least for the basic plan right here, which allows you to get unlimited monthly page views, up to 500 votes, up to 30 predictions, up to 10 brackets, and up to 32 teams or players per bracket. It also allows you to unlock all the other layouts that I showed you previously. Before you make a decision, I recommend you to go down a little bit and then compare the different plans and the features and functionalities. And if you plan to use the Brackets Ninja platform throughout the year, I would definitely recommend you to subscribe to any of the plans on an annual basis because you get to save up to 48%, which can be a very big saving at the end of the day. In my particular case, I'm going to go for the basic plan right here. So I'm going to click on start for free, and then I'll be asked to sign up to the Brackets Ninja platform. Here, I can either sign up with my Google, GitHub, or Webflow account. Alternatively, I can take the traditional route and provide my email address right here, my full name, password, and then click on sign up right here. In my case though, I'm going to sign up with my Google account. You will then be asked to check your inbox, follow the steps on there, and then you automatically be taken back where we left off. So now, since we have a premium plan, if you go to traditional right here and click on that, we can see that all the other options are unlocked. So if I choose rectangle right here, you can see that the bracket changes its layout. We can also go for a circle or a square as well. I think in my case, I'm going to go for the square one because I quite like the look of it. And then you can also change the mobile view of it as well. In my case, I'm going to leave it as it is. Once I'm done with setting all this up right here, click on the advanced tab right here on the top, and that will take you to the place which is where you can change the colors of every element that you can have as part of your bracket. So for example, if you want to change the color of a title right here for the text, we want to go to the general section, find the bracket title option here, and then click on the color box. Then choose the color that you want, and then you can see that the bracket title in this case gets updated automatically. And basically exactly the same goes for all the other colors and elements. If you just go down from here, you will find the background settings. So for example, if you plan to embed your bracket to a website, make sure to have this enabled because it will remove the background and it will make the bracket look much nicer and cleaner on your website. In my case though, it's not relevant. I'm going to go ahead and disable it. You can also add your own background image right here if you want, and you can also change the image behavior. Alternatively, you can also take advantage of any of these background images right here and color patterns on the bottom as well. In my case, I think I'm going to go with this one at the bottom here because I quite like the look of it compared to what I had before. What's to do with customizing the element colors and the background settings, head over to the custom tab right here on the top, and then this is where you can customize every element to your exact requirement. So for example, if you click on match location right here, this is where you can customize the match location features, background typography, spacing, borders, shadow and size, and basically exactly the same goes for all the other elements as well. Definitely take your time in this section right here because this is where you can make the biggest difference in terms of how your bracket will look like. Once you're done with the actual design of the bracket, head over to the left hand side of the screen and click on the settings wheel right here, which is option number 4 right underneath look and feel. This is where you can change the bracket type. In my case, I'm going to stick to single elimination. You can change the main title of the bracket itself. In my case, I'm going to leave it as it is. You can upload a banner image. You can also add a description and the rules and terms of the tournament as well. If you just scroll down from here, you will find the feature section. So for example, if your tournament here has a third place match, make sure to enable this, and then we get a third place match bracket right here. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and disable it. Now, if you don't know what any of these features do, you'll find this information icon right next to each feature, which will give you a brief description of each of these features. If you go down from here, you will also find the visibility section. So for example, let's just suppose we want to hide the bracket title right here on the top. Simply find the bracket title option and then simply disable it, and then it will automatically be removed. But yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of different customizations that you can take advantage of to create the exact type of bracket with images that you want. Once you're done with everything and you're happy the way your bracket looks, go ahead and click on save changes right here on the top, and then you'll be asked to assign your bracket to a project. Click on select right here and click on new project. In my particular case, I already have a project, so I'm going to go ahead and select my existing project right here and then click on save changes. And just like that, your bracket with images is all ready to go. Here you can either copy code and embed it right on your website, or you can copy the link for the bracket and share it with your community. In my particular case, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this window, and I'm going to go ahead and click on start tournament right here on the top. Once you do that, you'll see this pop-up that's going to show you what you can and can't change once the tournament begins. So give this a read, and once you're ready to move forward, go ahead and click on start tournament at the bottom. Now in my particular cases, I'm going to be the one that's going to manually update the bracket as the tournament progresses. What I need to do is go to the matches section right here on the top left corner of the screen, and here we can choose the winner. So let's just suppose the participant 1 here is the winner. Click on participant 1, and then it will automatically get moved over to the second stage of the tournament, while participant 2 gets scratched out. If relevant, you can also add the score of this matchup, the date, the time, the location / venue, as well as the game overview. And once you're done with updating the bracket, don't forget to click on save changes on the top. And that's about it. That's how to make a bracket with images. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help you out.